Oh, man. Mm-mm-mm. What it do? What it do? How you feeling, guys?
Feeling good.
What's going on, man?
Good to be here. Good to be alive.
Here we go.
Episode. Say hi to the cameras, though.
Where we at? Where we at?
Well, your camera's right over there.
Big ups to everybody checking out the show.
What's going on, audience?
PodGASt in the building.
How y'all doing?
You know it. What's good? What's going on, man? Thank you for coming in and check us out.
Thank you for tuning in. If you're really rocking with us, we appreciate the support.
Do me a favor, man. Do me a favor. If you there, if you listening right now, take 2 hits for us. Take 2 hits. Make sure it's good hits, too, because if you do that mediocre shit, then you a noob.
You say you're a noob.
You're a noob.
It's all right if you're a noob, too, you know what I'm saying? You got to start somewhere.
It's all right. No hatred. No hatred.
No hatred,
you know?
No judgment.
We all been there.
I mean, I got baby lungs.
Everybody's been there, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people who just smoke on every other day. You know, the frequency don't really matter, you know, as long as you indulge from time to time.
There you go.
You can still be part of the community.
PodGASt in the building.
PodGASt,
Let me say
yes,
it correctly. I'm sorry.
Yes,
it's
sir.
a play on words. You just got to practice that shit.
You do.
You know what I'm saying? So, yo, man, it's been a long time coming. You know, we did, what, like 2 weeks without a show? I mean, the listeners don't know, but we could talk about it.
Yeah,
you know
we could talk about it. Our schedules got a little hectic.
It did, a little bit. But I think it's all right. It's the end of the summer. You know what I'm saying? Back to schools are coming on, and, you know, parents are scrambling, you know. I know you feel the pressure of that.
I just came from Kids Town. I just spent $170 for uniforms.
Oh, I thought you was going to say books.
No, uniforms. My daughter go to school. She got to wear uniforms and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yo, them things be expensive.
I mean, I bought 3 shirts for her.
Mm-hmm. For $175?
No, I'm
I'm
not done. 3 shirts, 3 shirts, 3 jumpers, and I have bought a sweatpants and a sweatshirt and a t-shirt. So it's like I got stuff, but you know what I'm saying? It's just I don't know.
You went to where? Kids Place?
Kids Town
Kids
in
Town?
Jersey Gardens.
You know, just a little tidbit for those who can't afford it too much. You know what I'm saying? Children's Place. You know what I'm saying? They be selling the uniforms for kids in different grades. All you got to do is get the patches of the school. You know what I'm saying? Sewed on. You know what I'm saying? It's a little cheap tidbit because the shirts are cheap, you know, and the pants too.
So when we were younger, we used to go to Catholic school, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you remember you used to have to go to Flynn and O'Hara to buy that shit?
Oh,
my mom used to buy pants at Walmart and stuff, take the Flynn and O'Hara logo off the butt and put it on the new pants.
Yo, that's...
I'm saying, why did it matter, though? Why did it have to be Flint? That's the thing. If I didn't have money and I needed that logo, bro, I'm going to buy a regular plain white shirt. If she going to go to school, and if it's a problem, then there's just, you know what, we could, like, I don't feel it should be a problem, so.
But he went to that school, so you know how strict she was. So it had to be from Flynn and O'Hara.
I think that was the first school that pink shirts started being used. Pink shirt uniforms and burgundy sweaters. I did not feel like I was some type of frat boy from the suburbs, bro. I felt funny walking in the hood with pink on, but you know, hey, I'm an '80s baby. That's just me. You know what I'm saying?
So you guys were talking about like what's it called? The cost of like clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
You guys want to take a wild guess at how much it costs? It came out recently. How much it costs to raise a child to the age of 18?
Like 500,000 or something crazy like that.
I was gonna say the price of a house.
So it's saying, and as of 2015, the average cost of raising a child to 18 was $233,610.
One family home.
Facts.
That's each kid. Imagine you had.
So you could give a kid to a realty company. Just get a house. But like, baby, let's start again.
You good?
Baby, let's start again.
We had to throw up?
Yeah, co-host had to step out real quick. It's all good. Don't worry about it. We got this.
Oh.
We got this. You know,
there we go.
He had to put out the gas. Out of respect to the booth.
Nah, I had to cough and I had to spit a shit.
Oh, you could have just told me. I could have turned off your mic.
Oh, I know that.
Got the two.
Yeah, I had to spit. I didn't want to do that in the booth, you know. My professionalism. It's crazy.
All due respect. I dig it.
Yeah, I got media training like
233,000.
I'm saying, I'm pretty sure my kids gonna need braces, and braces be expensive as hell. So like that's really like $5 racks alone.
I mean, in this day and age, You got adults doing braces. Let them wait till they adults. You can get the braces stuff from Amazon. You got the
the braces kit. I was saying my girl talented. She fuck around and learn how to do braces in a week.
Yo, get a 3D printer and some rubber bands. Gorilla glue them shits on your teeth. We're good to go.
That's really a skill though, bro. I don't know how the fuck that. Like orthodontists, I feel like that's like hard as hell, bro. Cause my grill was jacked up and he did some miracles on that shit,
bro. For children,
bro.
That's crazy. If you was the dentist specific to children, like that shit's gotta be.
Nah, cause like I had like from my tooth was all fucked up. Like he brought some shit down, realigned it. Like he did some, like he did the Lord's work.
Well, you got a perfect smile, man. You got that Kodak smile.
Thank you.
That was you up top, right?
Yeah. That's courtesy of my mother and father, though. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
How braces change your face?
Or look at Tom Cruise, stupid ass. Fuck you, Tom Cruise.
Oh man, Scientology.
You should have never cheated on Katie Holmes.
Oh, I found out something about Katie Holmes.
What?
That she wasn't allowed to date publicly for 5 years
because
after she
Scientology?
got divorced. Some shit like that. There was a contract or something.
God damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, but she dated Jamie Foxx during that time.
Did she?
Really?
Yeah.
But she couldn't confirm it, right?
She couldn't speak about it publicly.
Damn.
I like Jamie Foxx too.
Like,
did you see Jamie Foxx's impression of Donald Trump? Yo, my God. Jamie Foxx, bro.
Yeah.
He's somebody who really needs his flowers because he's talented as fuck.
Oh, man. Big up to Jamie, man.
The Jamie Foxx show, like, that shit was before my time, but I just recently got back on that shit because of HBO Max. And that's a good show, bro. Like, it could be, like, a little corny, but it's really funny. Like, I like Jamie Foxx as a person, like, his personality and shit like that.
He's super talented, man.
And he's very, like,
music,
first he could sing, movies, too, on top of that. Yeah. Like, Scoob is, like, do it. You feel me?
He's
like,
definitely mastered these entertainment skills.
And the impressions, bro. He did Donald Trump, like.
Yeah, I gotta hear. Let me see if we get that.
Let me see, I got it right.
He's sitting next to Snoop Dogg and that shit.
Lots of great people on both sides. I know Harry. He's a great person. He couldn't vote for me at the time. Now he can vote for me once he gets out. I love Snoop D-O Double G. Great person.
So do you love Death Row Records?
I love Death Row. I love Death. Excuse me. Fake news. I love Death
Row. What's your favorite Death Row record, Mr. Trump?
All of them. Records. Don't try to pin me down. I see what he just.
Wasn't he on In Living Color too?
Was he? I think he probably
That's where we started.
Yeah. I think he. Was it Living Color? Was it Living Color, or was it Yeah. You're right.
Time,
I think that's where he debuted, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Big ups to Jamie Foxx, man. He got that Day Shift movie out right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a weird mix of what is that, like vampires and like hood shit. Vampires. There you go, right there. Boom. That shit was alright. It was alright. Gotta give props to that, man. He had a couple of movies, did some dope shit. You know what I'm saying?
This guy said vampires and hood shit.
It was funny though. It was a funny movie. It's interesting to see a guy with such talent turn around and now wanted to direct movies. Mm-hmm. I mean, he had that other movie. What was that power shit? It was like a black power, like a black superhero movie.
Django?
Nah.
Django was a good movie. That was my Quentin Tarantino, though.
That was definitely the first black superhero right there, bro. He had no powers. He was like the black Captain America.
He was whooping people.
he was ripping them.
He was.
Again, big ups to Jamie Foxx, man.
Or Jamie Foxx, he that dude, man. I think he deserves all the money and fame and everything he has. Shout out to him.
Oh, yeah, man.
Shout out to him.
Yo, but talking about kids and famous people, bro, what's up with that shit with Nick Cannon, B?
Oh, Nick Cannon, he spreading his seed all throughout the land.
He's repopulating the black seed. Are all his ladies white, though, or what?
I don't know. Look up his baby mamas real quick.
How many kids he got?
Shit gonna take like an hour. He got
like an hour.
He building up a whole soccer team over there with subs and everybody.
People playing the bench and the whole nine. They all gonna be there.
He got like 22 kids.
Oh wait, I think they all might be white.
Nah.
Hey man, it's all right, man.
I found 3 so far. Mariah Carey's not white though.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell she is.
She's mixed.
She's like biracial.
She's like
Derek Jeter.
Latina. She's like Derek Jeter.
I'm saying Derek Jeter not black though.
Nah, he definitely ain't. You could tell.
I'm saying Zendaya biracial too.
Is she? Yeah.
Hold on, we moving all over the place right now because Zendaya part of Euphoria too. So like we got a few.
Oh man, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Let's go. Let's rewind real quick about these kids.
Get back to Nick Cannon. We still on your body, Nick. Don't think you just.
Yeah, man. Big ups to you, Nick. But you know, I hate how the media is trying to portray you, bro. Like you like you that black father that's non-existent in the kid's life type shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's some bullshit. That's the way I read it.
I mean, he's not even existent in his own life. That guy does everything. Well,
he does. Yeah, I mean, I think he's maybe his character roles or his lead roles in life. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But big ups to him, man.
I feel like this shouldn't really be like a problem with him having so many kids, as long as you feel me. Like as long as 2 things are met in the criteria. Like 1, he supports them financially all the way, and 2, he's not like a jealous asshole that gets mad. You feel me? That if their baby mother start dating somebody else, you feel me? Because if he's not gonna be present in a child's life, they still need a father figure regardless. You know what I'm saying? So. As long as he's open to the fact that my baby mother's gonna be dating, he can't be one of them rich niggas that's like, all right, I'm taking care of y'all, I'm giving y'all, you feel me, your mansion, but nah, you can't date, because then that's really hurting the child at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're not present in that life. Yeah. So you can't just not be present and then not allow somebody else not to be present, because then there really is a void. It's going to be a lack of a male figure in the child's life. You feel what I'm saying? So.
Which is in the family.
And that's the bad part right there. Not having a male figure in a child's life.
Yeah, big time, man. You need that balance, right? You need that duality in the life of a child. Raising them and kind of showing them the ropes of life, right? And I think, not for nothing, you make some sense. Like, they shouldn't be making such a big deal about him having so many kids. Because, I mean, look at Bob Marley. I mean, if we want to talk about it, you know what I'm saying? Bob Marley, all his kids are not necessarily from the same woman. They were from all his tours. When he was on tour, he was banging some fine ladies, you know what I'm saying? And you got to give it to that was his hardcore right hand, the main one, because she accepted them. You know what I'm saying? She opened arms. You know what I'm saying? Like, they his kids, they his kids. And if you actually look at the majority of the kids of the Marley family, every one of them talented. Every one of them doing something in music or doing something in the communities. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a part of him.
Do you think it's all right that they kind of use his name to kind of, because they're all last name Marley?
But they're Marleys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you think that they have an unfair advantage in that?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say unfair, especially if they bring their own talent to the table. Like if you really look at them, their music, their individual music, like, man, I saw his grandson. That dude, young looking, everything, bro. His music was tight. I was like, this dude got a voice. All of them got a voice. That's what's bugged out too. It's like, if you got it, flaunt it. And if you a Marley, you want to be proud of it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think that's how I look at it. You feel me? My bad. Thank you. So, I mean, it goes back to what I'm saying. It's like, at least they're supportive of one another as a family. You get what I'm saying? And I would hope that Nick Cannon has that kind of same flow, making sure that all these kids are aware of one another, right? And in some way, shape, or form, you know what I'm saying? They're brothers, sisters, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, I think it's more hurtful to them to not allow the kids to be around one another. You get what I'm saying? Because it the same way as that's what you were explaining, as far as, Nick not allowing some other person to play that role. Like, it's almost in that same aspect. It's like, you're not gonna allow this child to be around their sibling. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. That's a little bit of a tricky situation.
It is. But you know what?
I mean, I'm not petty like that.
Hopped on the same. You know what I'm saying? All them baby mamas.
This is Bob Marley has 11 kids.
So you think maybe Cannon's trying to catch up?
Maybe. I think he's already caught up, actually.
Yeah,
I think Scooby's like working on his 11th.
He's trying to make sure the Cannon name continues on, and all the kids right off the Cannon name, right?
That's what's up. I mean, he got enough money though. I think he's super loaded, isn't he?
Bro, he's doing. I'll tell you this much: if he ain't right now, he's definitely destined to, because he's got so much going on. And then
like with Wild 'N Out just came back out too, so I know he's making that big bag.
And that's been trending a lot too.
His net worth as of 2021 is $60 million. I mean, you would think he would have a little more, considering all the stuff he does. Isn't he on the radio too?
He does have. I think he got fired though for that. But I think they brought him back.
For what?
For that, he made a comment about some Jewish people or something.
Was that for the radio though?
Yeah, he was working on the radio. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they fired him or whatever for it, but I mean, I don't know if they brought him back, but I know they did fire him for it though.
He was fired from Wild 'N Out.
What? When?
I thought that was his shit.
2020.
Now, you know what? I think MTV bought Wild 'N Out from the nigga and then just hired him to work for them at that point. Like,
I could see that.
Yeah.
It could have been him wanting to just sell it off.
You should have never sold the Nick.
So he got fired from his show after he made anti-Semitic comments on his podcast and YouTube show.
He didn't really say anti-Semitic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he was just speaking some shit.
I love Jewish people.
Big ups to Nick Cannon.
To the Jewish community.
They alright. They good.
They cool to me.
They cool. They alright in their own community.
I gotta ask them though, like, why they wear the big hat?
You know how expensive those things are?
No, it's like a fur trapper. Like, it's a fur trapper, but that shit like a fur sombrero. That should be like this.
You think that's made out of like raccoon?
I'm not even lying to you. Like, my parents live in South Jersey. It's a big prevalent Jewish community there, and like sometimes it's not even wintertime. They be wearing the big fur trapper sombrero. Like, shit made of fur, and that shit big as hell. It was like a sombrero.
So that thing is actually called a streamel.
Right there, yeah. A streamel, yeah.
Streamel. And what is
What's this? You should have read what it meant.
$1,500.
Oh,
what? That looked like a dog bed. Yo, I honestly thought that was their hair.
1,500.
I swear to God, I thought that was a hairdo for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I don't know BS, yo. I swear to God, for a while that was a hairdo.
I'm saying, but what does it signify though? Go back to what it said.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up what. Oh,
streamer. What is it called again?
Not a streamer.
Shit should have its own podcast.
Oh, it's called Streimel.
Streimel?
Yeah.
Sounds like a
pastry.
Transformer or some shit.
It's made out of genuine fur from the tails of Canadian or Russian sable.
What's a sable?
Or a fox.
Oh, okay.
It can cost anywhere from $1,000 to $6,000.
So somebody go running around snatching them shits. Hold on to your hats. That's probably where that comes from and shit.
Hey, somebody check Facebook Marketplace for them shits.
Yeah, they got deals on Amazon. I bet you.
I'm telling you.
They got Amazon version.
I didn't know they was worth that much money though.
You take it off, it says Amazon brand.
So that's like wearing
Walmart.
That's like having a mink coat before your head.
That shit don't even cover the ears though.
It doesn't.
It's just straight dome. At least it covers the most important part. You just gotta have some cold ass ears in the winter.
But they got the coats with that thing.
The little detective flap.
Yeah, the flap.
Detective flap.
They'd be like out in the rain, just cold as hell, wet as hell.
Big ups to the good Jews out there, man. I say big ups to the good Jews.
To the good ones, not the ones.
Not these landlord ones.
No, not the landlord ones.
I'm sorry, guys, but
sorry.
No. You guys are too greedy. But anyway, that could be another topic for another day.
Just open up a store and just do what everybody else does. Why you got to take the buildings from people?
Right?
Just open up a bodega. That's what I'm going to do. As soon as I get the money collateral, I'm going to open up a bodega in downtown. And I'm going to just be selling sandwiches out the back.
Bro.
And nobody going to tell me shit. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, a lot of people's definition, like the American dream and shit like that, I just want to live comfortably. I don't got necessarily be making like thousands and thousands of dollars, you feel me? As long as I'm taken care of, I'm covering my nut, everything is good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I have my own little business, it'll be my own little business. I'd rather just work for myself. You feel what I'm saying? Sell fucking Lucy's out the back. Shit like that. You know, as long as I have my community love me, you feel me? Just be chilling there, smoking blunts in the front on my break. You know?
Sometimes it is your community. It's the own community that robs those places.
That's true.
Shit, I'm gonna have my shit with me too.
It's some bullshit, but that's true.
I'm gonna have bulletproof glass like this thick.
You can do all transactions through a little hole.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a little like slide-in thing at nighttime. Like nobody coming in here. Let me know what your business is. You want it with Black and Mild with Arizona? I got you. Here you go. Give me the $2. Boom, bang.
Bodegas. So would that be something that you could see yourself running later on in life?
Yeah, hell yeah. That's what I said. Yeah, I run my own bodega. You crazy?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I would do that, but like, the first thing is, I would need to what's it called? I would definitely want to like have some real estate too myself. You feel me? So I would do that. Then bodega would be like really when I'm like, settled, like already, like how gangsters don't die, they just get fat, move to Miami.
Yeah.
It's like
you're like, yo, fuck it, you gonna get fat and run a bodega.
Yeah. yeah.
I
That's
it,
me.
Bro. I can't
That's
knock
me
that
right
at
there.
all.
Yeah. Just get fat and run the bodega. Be in the back of that shit, just
rocking it
chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like to do. I don't like no strenuous hard labor and shit. I went through that shit already. I was working 12-hour shifts, bro, at a fucking rubber company.
I could see you,
bro. Literally,
I'm just envisioning you right now, and I'm just like, I could see you with a wife beater and a gold chain, just like standing behind a bulletproof window. Like, come on, Poppy, we gotta hurry up. Got the line waiting.
I'm saying, I and you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people would be like, oh no, but bro, there's the Dominican niggas that own the bodegas be bantered as fuck, bro. They all got cribs in fucking DR. They all got quads. They all got they be tripping out there. And like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that's cool.
Yeah, but life out there is also a lot cheaper.
Word, but I'm saying I would have some shit like that in Ecuador. I'll have my own crib out there.
They make a good point, because I mean that's exactly what a lot of Dominicans are doing, chopping their money back over there, buying property, getting their houses developed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I sorry to cut you off, but I had worked in a rubber factory in Irvington, and they was paying like $20 an hour and shit, but like, bro, the work, first of all, it was 12-hour shifts, right? And it was from 6:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. So like, it was like very strenuous work though. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, for one thing, you did not sit down at all. Like, at all, bro, at all. The most you would have is you leaning on your fucking workbench and putting your weight on your arms to alleviate your fucking foot pain. Oof. Like, that's how bad it fucking was. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it was that bad of like runt work. I guess you could, like, not runt work, but you know what I'm saying? Like, hard, like strenuous, like I would call it immigrant labor. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, everybody who I was working with did not speak English at all.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying.
Bro, I was the only one speaking English, and me and my other cousin. We was the only one that spoke English there. Even the fucking supervisor was some Puerto Rican nigga that did not speak English. some white Puerto Rican dude did not speak no English, bro.
Oh shit, man. They remind me of this umbrella factory I worked at in Ironbound. Every single person in there spoke Spanish. The only person that spoke English was this dude on the top floor, and he ran the entire floor by himself. He was mentioning doing some labor work, man.
Oh yeah, the labor work, right? All right, so look, I was the only dude that spoke English besides my cousin. He's the one that got me in the job. So like, it was mad, like, bro, everybody spoke Spanish, and like, I kind of like the camaraderie in the job. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it really is a certain, like, I don't know how to explain it, because that definitely was like the young boy there too. You feel me? Like, everybody there that was working was all old heads. Like, older heads, like, dudes be like 50, 40 years old, you feel what I'm saying? And I was like the youngest cat there, you feel me? Just trying to get along. Like, the supervisor wasn't picking on me, but like, the nigga would be like, I don't know, like, he'd be like passive aggressive with me type shit. And I'd be like, you feel me? Like, he'd see me struggling, and instead of like helping me out, he'd just be like, yo, you gotta speed it up. And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm going as fast as I can, you feel me? Like, if you keep telling me like I gotta speed it up, and I'm going as fast as I can, like, what you think your words is doing? It's nothing. You're not doing nothing but getting me mad at this point. You feel me? Like, you see me, like, you feel me? For one thing, the conditions in there was crazy as fuck, bro. Like, no cap, bro. I had to powder my underwears every day before going to work, school.
I already know what you're saying,
bro. Like, it used to be like,
must have been hot in the mouth,
bro. I'm not like, bro. The Dominican niggas I used to work with, they used to call that job El Calenton. El Calenton. Like, before, like, 'cause it was kind of close to my house, so on my lunch break, I would go home and see my girl, you feel me, and just spend time with her. But for everybody else would go upstairs and just eat, and then when everybody had done eating, they'd be like, oh, it's time to go back to the Calenton. Like, you going to Calenton. I'm like, word, it's hot as fucking there.
About to go back to the oven and work.
Word, and then for a little while, they was giving like Gatorade out of this big ass cooler and shit. And I ain't gonna hold you. That made work like a little more enjoyable. You feel me? Cause like I was like, all right, we get to stay hydrated and shit. But then after a while, they stopped fucking with the Gatorade, and I was like,
see, but shit like that kind of motivates you to like the next job, like you look for something better, so you don't end up in something like that again.
I'm saying they was paying like they wasn't paying bad though, so that's the thing. You feel me? Like
what's not bad?
The pay they was paying like 20.
I mean,
yeah. You feel me? You paying 20, and it was I was working 12 hours every day. So think how fat my checks was coming at, and they was paying me every week.
Yeah, but it's not worth it if half your check goes in baby powder.
That's true though. But yeah, bro. I mean, it was also because I had a newborn kid at the time. You feel what I'm saying? So it was like it was kind of hard to balance the whole like sleeping thing at night and all that. Because I did it for like a good like 2.5 months.
Yeah.
But then after my birthday and shit, I took like a week off. Then I was like, I don't want to go back to that shit. You feel me? Like I was like,
So you just never showed up again?
Nah, I told them niggas I had COVID, then I never went back.
So they're probably waiting still for you to recover from COVID.
I told them, I said, no, I can't do it no more, man. Like, I'm sorry, but
I remember
but my time has passed, you know what I'm saying?
I remember
I'm sorry.
about like 10 years ago, I was working at Umbrella Factory on Ferry Street. It was in the Ballantyne building, right there in the Ironbound. Bro, that Umbrella Factory is still there. Let me tell you, I was in there 2 weeks. Old boy fired me.
What?
He fired me because I started, getting at him because like, he literally wouldn't let you talk to your coworker.
He was fired for trying to start a union.
I think that's what he was worried at, bro. Because I swear to God, bro, I'm there putting these fucking poles into the fucking tarps and shit. Stick them in there and got to twist something. So I'm talking to the people across from me like, am I doing it right? And da-da-da. And the dude, man, reminded me of Osvaldo, bro. He was an older dude and everything. He'll just be serious as hell. He'd be like,
my grandpa?
All right. Yeah. He'd be like, and I'd be looking at him. He'd be like, yo, quiet. And I'm like, yo, I was like, what? Tell me, stay quiet for? And then a lady would look at me and she's like, no, you can't be talking. And I'm like, yo, why can't I talk, man? I'm trying to enjoy myself. Like, it's 5 of us right here on the table. Like, why can't we say something to each other? I'm not confusing you. I'm not stopping you from doing your work. And then the dude, like the foreman, this dude standing at it's an open warehouse. So he's on the 2nd floor railing. This nigga saying with binoculars. I'm like, yo, what's binoculars, bro? And he see you talking, he points you out and like, starts yelling loud as hell about not, talking and stuff like that. I'm like, fine. So this dude don't want me to communicate? Like, what if I drop something? I remember one time he moved me over to like, because this is an umbrella spot, but it also had a candle area. So he moved me over there, nobody telling me what the fuck to do. I'm over here trying to do something. I drop a tray that I thought was dry candle. Bro, all of them shits was wet. Them shits went all over the floor. So I'm like, nobody telling me what to do. No mop, no nothing. I don't know who to talk to. This motherfucker say he don't talk to nobody. So I'm like, who the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So, man, thank God that wasn't what led me to get fired because he ended up sending me upstairs. So I was saying, like, on that top floor where that one guy was at. Like, it was just me and that one guy. And because I spoke English, that's why he wanted me up there. And because I spoke English and Spanish so I could communicate. Dude, man, had me up there for 2 hours, sent me back downstairs. Just because I didn't know what to do. He wanted me to go count the cardboards. And like literally, there were just slabs of cardboard everywhere. The fuck you want me to count the cardboards? You want to talk? You see how big the Ballantyne is, right? A good corner, a whole half corner. There you go. That's the Umbrella Factory right there.
Well, I'm not gonna post it.
No, I know. But that right there, that whole entire set. Imagine that whole top floor just full of pallets of cardboard boxes, and this dude was telling me to go count them because literally there ain't shit to do up there. You don't got to clean. You don't got to do nothing because it's like
you bugging. That would be my dream job.
Yo,
I'd have been just one.
I was kind of happy, but I was like, after a while, I'm just like, after like 100 cardboard boxes, and you turn around, it's just more cardboard boxes. Yo,
he's about to go postal in there.
Yo,
endless cardboard boxes.
I would have been the first. Tell you that much. That was crazy, bro. It was wild.
Wait, so how did they fire you?
Bro,
They just told you not to come back in?
I was coming in the building at fucking 7 in the morning, and old boy stopped me. He said, no, you got to go upstairs. I went upstairs to the office. They just gave me a check and told me, yeah, it's my last day and I had to go. Gave me no reason, gave me no heads up. They just did that and
But
left
that's courtesy of your boy Christie.
Made $140-something.
Because New Jersey's now an at-will state.
Yeah.
So they can fire you without a reason.
Thanks, Christie. Fuck you, you fat bastard.
Hope that nigga sitting on a beach chair somewhere.
Hope he's sitting on the fucking cactus.
Surrounded by
fucking bastard.
A bunch of crabs. I don't know.
I hope he gets crabs.
But you know, y'all checked out that article that came out. Matter of fact, today on the news they were talking about it. All these bus loads of migrants being transported up to New York, from Texas. You know what I'm saying? I was checking it out. I'm like, listen, I'm all for supporting my undocumented. You know what I'm saying? I'm all down for supporting my peoples. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I still feel like families deserve an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to live free and away from all the violence and stuff that they come, you know, poverty and all that stuff. But, you know, you went through mad states just to get to New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just bugs me out because it's like, yo, it's like a 24-hour ride from Texas to up this way.
But you know why that is, right?
No. This, like, I got the idea, but like
New York is lit.
At the same time, no, this was bugged out.
Abbott.
No, check it out. No, I get that because like what bugs me out
what
is
about
this.
Abbott?
Go ahead. Drop your jewel real quick, and I'll get back into it.
I forget who was it that put Biden. I think it was, and Abbott out of spite said that he was going to start sending all immigrants to Washington D.C. So he's, instead of sending them back to their country, he's just going to put them on a bus and drop them off in front of the Capitol or whatever.
But why they go to New York then?
Because New York,
they overshot that motherfucker.
No, New York is considered, like Manhattan, I believe that one's considered a sanctuary city.
Well, it is.
So, yeah, so he's like, you know, and Texas, it's like there's problems that affect border states that don't affect states like ours.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, we want to, you know, help, you know, the undocumented situation. But that's a day-to-day thing that they deal with all the time.
Word.
So they got fed up. So, you know, let's just send them all up there and let them deal with it. Because we don't have that problem of having to deal with people just trying to come into the state.
So now, I'm glad you mentioned it in that same sense because this is what I was going to say. Early on in the pandemic, the city of Newark mayor put a ban on New York because New York was sending their homeless to Newark. You know what I'm saying? Now, what sense does that make? You don't got enough to house your homeless, but you're gonna take in hundreds of families from another country into your city that is already going through a lot of conflict, especially from immigrant communities coming in with the gangs and all that stuff. Like I'm one that just thinks that there's a great opportunity in America for anyone, even undocumented. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the city of Newark, big ups to the Brick City. It's a sanctuary city itself. But I'm going to keep it real with you, man. As a housing organizer, the shelter systems is beyond capacity. The homeless situation in Newark, we're talking about maybe more than 1,500 people just homeless. And a fraction of that are undocumented families living inside of tent cities that we don't see. You know what I'm saying? And these tent cities are violent little pueblos off on the cut somewhere, like down a train, under an overpass, whatever, whatnot, where whatever kind of person could be living there. You could talk about a person with sex offense, you know, background, or like a murderer or whatever, could all be living in this community where an entire family that came from another country went ahead and just started living there, right? So it's like I feel like it's like, you know, in case y'all don't know, there are whole towns in the U.S., whole towns, bro, that have abandoned homes that look better than the abandoned homes that used to be in Newark, that all they have to do is rehab and fix brand new, okay? Whole towns. Like,
yeah, but
these, hear me out.
Yeah.
Entire towns that no longer have residents living in, right? So why we're not putting funds into rehab and house folks and play? Like, I'm just saying, these are ideas, these solutions ideas. Because in Newark, the solution a solution idea for the homeless is to build the trailer spots. Cool idea, little trailer homes, but they're supposed to be meant really for like a transition.
That's,
you know what I'm saying?
They're ignoring. I don't think rehabbing houses to give to homeless people it just costs too much money. Because think about it. Because then now because now how much? Just say for an example, like the abandoned communities that you're talking about. Do you know how much it costs to remove asbestos from houses? Imagine. So if this house is in asbestos, it's gonna it's gonna be a ton of money.
So now we're talking about new constructions, like within the past 15, 20 years construction, where the asbestos really wouldn't be a present thing, like versus the places like Irvington, the building, that shit got asbestos all in the basement. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But the homes that I'm talking about are very similar to these homes that we see being built in Newark, the smaller homes, the condo, you're talking about like those, like the 3 houses that's next to that building in Irvington. Those three that's right there.
Yeah, like the new ones.
Exactly like those.
And they're abandoned.
Abandoned whole towns. You could do research. You could check them out. I sit back and I watch these dudes on YouTube that do a documentary, and they go into abandoned neighborhoods, abandoned towns, abandoned buildings, and all they do is talk about the history of it. And like when they say they call them ghost towns, because literally it's no population. Whole entire homes. I'm talking about they walk through these homes, my G, at most, bro. At most, I kid you not, the crack houses in Irvington were way worse, and we still have people living in them. You get what I'm saying? Like, these homes are, you pull some funds, yeah, it's going to be some money, whatever, whatnot, but we're not talking about lazy folks, and we're not talking about people who are disabled or mental for, like when we talk about homeless, there's many different conditions with our most vulnerable community. You know what I'm saying? And that's the homeless folks. You know what I'm saying? And they got mental health issues, they got disabilities, they got different things. Some of them just don't trust the system. They're discouraged. They're just dealing with stuff. They don't want to come back to the societal way. But when I'm talking about undocumented families coming into here, these are people that are ready to come here and work. People who are ready to come here and make a life and make a living. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be rehabbing a town to give it to people that are not going to try to make something out of it and pay a tax.
But you also have to think about like how these towns, like if they're going to invest in something, they're going to want something like a return on that.
See, Republicans are not going to want that.
Well, when we speak on it on a level like that, I dig it. But, I mean, New York is not the only Democrat state. You get what I'm saying? There's tons of other states out there. And I guarantee you some of those Democratic states got some of those ghost towns in them too. You know what I'm saying? And it's I'm just saying that's just a thought. I'm just throwing it out there. Not saying that that's the solution, but I'm just saying motherfuckers got to consider that. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep flooding these inner cities that are already highly congested. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you do like historically, big cities have always been congested because this is where the majority of the jobs are. So everybody comes here thinking that they're going to land the job. So it's just a problem that just comes with it being a city, you know?
We can and we can't say that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's
tons of folks left New York just because they just can't pay those rents, and they flooded into New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And what happens to those people that originally were living in these communities? A lot of them end up becoming displaced, moving out of the city and the state, going to another. So doesn't that force migration to happen anyway?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it has to do also with like the type of investments. So we were talking about like big investments to rehab these places. Mm-hmm. Like families also, or people that move here also want to invest in themselves, and so it's kind of like like what's the return that you're going to be able to get on that investment? So it like that, it's that capitalist mindset. It's
and it lives and it exists, and I understand it, and I think there are ways to take a topic like this and put into a serious discussion and dissect it and look at it in that aspect. That's from the investor standpoints, from a legal standpoint, from a social justice lens, from a political standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you focus and actually make something like that come into fruition? I don't know if they take a town that's already been like this and create like a pilot program and actually design it by taking a portion of that and fixing it up and seeing how the impact would be. In Detroit,
also, like a lot of these places also depend on like grants and stuff, because you can't depend on the government to give you stuff.
You're right. Like, but if I'm sorry for cutting you off, because I think you touched on a good point right there. Here, let's take it to the city of Newark's you know, they trying to make it like their concept. You know what I'm saying? They partnered up with Bank of America, and now are doing the first home buyers programs for Section 8 people who got Section 8. Mm-hmm. If you got Section 8, your credit's somewhat okay, you could come to the City of Newark. The City of Newark, you go through some workshop with them. If you're eligible, you go with, you deal with the bank. The bank will put in $10,000 for the down payment of the home, an extra bit of money if the home needs to be fixed up. Mm-hmm. And then it's required that you won't have to pay that $10,000 loan from the bank if you agree and stay in this house for 5 years.
No, I know, but it's not just regular people taking advantage of that. It's also investors that have taken advantage of that. And remember, it's like it's first come, first serve. So whoever gets to it first gets to it. And a lot of these people know the system. They take all this grant money that's meant for good use, and then
I think we're living in a time now where that still exists, but there is a new consciousness coming. It's people with a different, genuine view of trying to help, right? Mm-hmm. And I think during these times, that's these type of times that where we're going through the inflation, the small depression, even dealing with the pandemic and all these shifts happening in society. These things have happened in the past, right? You know what I'm saying? And the government there's been investors, banks, there's been government that have taken advantage of the opportunities, and the people who really don't make it happen don't got funds, right? They can't get in. Go ahead.
And then there's other people like the congressman Marjorie Greene, who had $183,000 in PPP loans forgiven, and it's stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And she voted against. She was what's it called? She spoke out against Biden trying to forgive. What's it called? The student debts now.
Yeah, student debt stuff. That's a big thing too now.
It's a big thing. Shout out to him though. I mean.
Shout outs to the ones who came up with the idea. He presented it. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm glad you bring that up. Did you see that other stuff about Jay-Z and all of them, how they had PP loans forgiven, like in the millions?
Really?
Yeah.
Jay-Z?
Yeah. Jay-Z, like big artists and big actors who because of their companies that were impacted because of the pandemic.
Because that was free money, essentially.
Yeah, if you think about it though, like damn, millions? Like,
I wish I had a company at that time.
You know, like big ups to everybody who took advantage of the PPP loan and actually did something about it. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's a lot of people that
who actually did something about it, not the scammers.
Yeah,
Shame on you, scammers.
Scammers kicks ass, you know what I'm saying?
Shame on you, scammer. You know, people wasn't going through a hard time. I mean, if you scam the government, that's not that bad, but...
the IRS created a task force that's about to come down on the cats, too. They're about to...
Now, Joe Biden created that task force.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Go ahead. What's that say?
So it said Jay-Z, Kanye West, and Diddy all got $1 million PPP loans forgiven. So just for example, Kanye West's net worth was $2 billion. He applied for a $2.4 million dollar PPP loan, and they're saying that it was forgiven. $2.4 million.
Kanye, you a slouch, man.
Yo, equal all those three, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's a heavy bit of money, bro, and I know damn well.
I mean, I get
a good
purpose.
Portion went into pockets. You know what I'm saying?
The PPP loans were meant for small businesses, like for mom and pop shops, to keep the middle class going.
Yeah, and I don't think these guys are in the middle class. So that makes you think, though. You know what I'm saying? Like these politicians, these actors, these people who are already living in a certain income bracket.
In the 1%.
Yeah, kind of. They're up there, definitely up there in the threes.
Jay-Z's definitely in the 1%.
Oh, he is.
Jay-Z's in the 1%. Ooh,
hell yeah.
P. Diddy, Sean Combs, whatever the fuck he's going by now. He's in the fucking 1% too. Kanye West like in the 3%. I don't know, Kanye, you not that bad.
Yeah, but it bugs me out though just to see how. But like we talk about this right here with funding, right? Nipsey. I'll jump into Nipsey's context, right? Nipsey was about reinvesting in your community, right? Taking money, redeveloping, building up affordable homes, low income homes for your community that's living there, right? You look at what's old boy's name, Master P. Mm-hmm. Oh man, Master P is another one, bro. Dude said, man, that he's famous for the music and all that stuff and being a big dog, music director. But this dude was another one who invested heavily in community.
What Master P say? He said,
Isn't he also one of the very few artists that own their masters?
Yeah, he made rap snacks too. Shout out to Rap Snacks.
Oh, you remember those?
Big up,
They still
man.
got them.
They still got them out.
Them should be heavy in Patterson. I seen the Fetty Wap Rap Snacks. I think he's like honey, spicy honey, some shit like that.
Big ups to Fetty, man.
Jalapeno honey, some shit like that.
Fetty Wap actually pled guilty.
Yeah, I heard about some shit, man.
Fetty Wap.
There you go.
I know the homies in Patterson sick right now because I know. I mean, I don't want to speak on Fetty Wap too much, but I know he was moving some shit out there.
Hey man, big ups to Fetty, bro.
I mean, but he took the hit like a man.
Yeah.
I mean, he was. I mean, who's he gonna write on? They was gonna smoke him if he did some shit.
No, but that's why.
Like that.
You don't remember what's it called? Goodfellas. What is it? The 2 rules. He learned the 2 biggest lessons. 1, never give them anything, and 2, never rat on your friends.
Yeah. Oh man, he followed the 2 major rules, man. Yeah. He's still going down as a GOAT, man. Big ups to him, bro.
Who, Fetty Wap?
Yeah, man.
You know how I know inflation was like real a couple years ago? I went to the dollar store to try to buy a bag of chips and soda.
That shit was like $5.
Bro, I couldn't even get the soda with $1. It was $1.25.
Yo, remember when CNC was 50 cents, bro?
The CNC soda was $1.25 at the bodega by my house.
Damn, they be taxing. They got they got the skinny CNCs, the skinny bottles, just like 2 for $1.
But you remember back in the day, it was 2 bags of chips and a CNC for $1.
Hey, yo, big up to them bodegas that still keep the CNCs at 75 cents and the 25 and the quarter juices at $0.25. You know what I'm saying? You know, I gotta put a shame on those people that be trying to, exploit and hike up prices and stuff like that. You got the gas stations out here trying to charge $1.25 for $1 Dutch.
Yeah, fuck you, Habibi.
And I'm talking about them Z Palmers with the 99-cent printed on it. You still trying to charge me $1.25? And you know that's false advertising.
Oh hell no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, there's a lot of people out here that's been price gouging. You know, a lot of businesses.
Anybody try to charge you more than $1 for Arizona is over. You're getting cursed out.
They're selling cigarettes at 75 cents.
That's the thing too, bro. Did you hear about the Arizona CEOs and shit? Like even through inflation, they chose to keep
they held
this shit
down.
at $1.
They held this down, but you had a lot of bodegas out there charging extra.
No, I know that, but we just talking about greedy people. I just wanted to bring that into light. You feel what I'm saying? Because the Arizona, what did they do? They just said, all right, we're gonna cut our profits. Instead of $4 billion, we're gonna make $2 billion, just to keep our customers happy.
That's it.
And he did that even when the price of aluminum went up too.
Word.
He kept that at 99 cents. It's been that price since 1996.
Shout out to Arizona, man. I swear to God, if that shit goes up.
Well, they kind of added some other stuff to the arsenal, man. They got that Arizona water.
I never had that shit. I feel like that's gonna give you something.
They got that.
I ain't drinking no
electrolytes water.
Arizona water gonna give you cancer. It's like no.
It's like that Poland Springs, man. They got that Flint water.
Arizona, though.
Flint water, Poland Springs. Yes.
Is that why it was on sale? They had 3 cases for like. I don't even remember. My girl bought it, but that shit was cheap.
Yo, sometimes them things be going like three something for like 24 pack. Like, damn. Water should be free though, but I mean, yo, people got to make a market and everything. It's capitalistic society.
Did you hear that thing about the plan with NASA by 2035 or something? To live on the moon. So
that's the talk. They got to get it off the ground first. They over here delaying shit.
One of the
yesterday was supposed to be the first launch, and they delayed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they were supposed to let it go on Friday. This Friday coming up, supposed to do it.
NASA, come on, NASA.
Yeah. Would you live on the moon?
I don't know. There would have to be a community out there already.
That'd be interesting, though. You got Earth as your moon, and the sun.
Nah, I would need a strap for sure, and I would need my own spaceship to come back. Cause I'm not gonna be on no jets and shit and just be out there living peacefully. I know there's something out there. I don't know what it is, but there's something out there.
It got to be a certain kind of strap though.
I need to have a halo, some zapping shit.
Right? Because I don't think bullets work up there. That shit probably
slow-mo. It's gonna be like the Matrix.
Into space and shit.
Don't got no gravity. That shit gonna fuck around and shoot you back.
Go around the moon and just hit you in the back.
Nah,
but yo, it's interesting. It's something that growing up. Since a kid, man, I was always big into the stars, man. I wanted to be an astronaut as a kid, and I did a lot of research on the planets and the universe, and all. I'm big on it, still big on it. You know what I'm saying? And not for nothing, like, you know, in the 90s, there was a lot of talk about, you know, getting to the moon, settling in the moon, all these funny little places they'll put up in the moon, you know what I'm saying? And just to hear it now possibly coming into fruition is pretty dope. It's pretty dope just to hear. I mean, it might take another 40, 50 years, a whole nother generation before we really start having flights to the moon, though. That's reality. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thankful for that because I watched Doom and that shit scared the fuck out of me. I'm good. Like, them fucking aliens just, I don't know, bro, because the way the houses would be, it'd be like, you know, like little chambers and shit. You'd be too, like, locked in there. A fucking alien get caught in there. You trapped in that shit with the alien. How the fuck you get out of there? And then if your space suit in the other side of the house, now you can't even walk out the house.
Now you can't even run out. You got nigga ripped your space suit up. Like, damn, I can't even get out of this place now. I'm stuck.
Now you done up. Now you got to choose between air or getting eaten by a fucking alien.
Imagine, like, what's it called? Like, trying to do, like, normal things on the moon, though. Like, you're
play
trying to
basketball.
eat, and then just the fucking food's floating away.
Like
Yo, did you see?
Football.
There was an astronaut that went into space, and he was wearing like a gorilla suit underneath, and he waited for everybody to go to sleep, and then when they went to sleep, the nigga put the gorilla suit on and started scaring them.
Oh, it's right here.
Holy shoot!
Look,
gorilla suit in space.
Oh man, he went down in history for that one.
I mean, we gotta have fun out there.
Hey yo, y'all ever heard about them cosmonauts that got lost in space?
It's a lot of them, a lot of Russian ones.
Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah, when back in the space race back in what was it like 50 years now? 50, 60 years when they was trying to get to the moon and it was us versus them trying to see who could get there first. When the Soviets were sending people out into space, they there was different tests that they did basically because they never calculated the change of gravity and how to keep like stable around the atmosphere, around the planet type shit. And like some of these folks drifted into space and are said to still be drifting out. You know what I'm saying?
They probably died though because they have no food. They have no food in there
because it gets colder the farther you get away into space.
I remember. So those cosmonauts, I remember hearing the recordings.
Oh my God, that's kind of if I knew the language, I wonder what they were saying, bro.
So right here, in the 60s, these two brothers were able to intercept the radio communications between the cosmonauts and the Russians. And over the course of 4 years, they released 9 recordings, and apparently one of them include the dying sounds of them suffocating in space. Yo, the Russians didn't give a shit. They would throw dogs up there.
Yeah.
Monkeys, birds.
Yeah, they're testing all them different things going out there.
And
bro.
a lot of them didn't come back. Because, like, if you have to eat, like, the Earth, the way that the atmosphere is on Earth, you have to come in at a certain angle. If you come in, like, too steep or too sharp, you can bounce off or you can burn in the atmosphere. So you have to come in. Yeah. It's kind of like when, they go take blood from you. Mm-hmm. You have to go in at a certain angle to go in smooth.
Yeah.
But these guys were coming in. That's how they knew that they had to come in at a certain angle. Because, people would
trial and error.
Yeah. I think the one of them was a female, right? When she was coming in screaming about it was getting hot. It was getting hot, and then the plate was all coming off or some shit like that. She was coming down, and I think she was
She survived?
No, definitely didn't. I think she was the first to actually of theirs to actually
make it to the moon.
Go up into space and then come back down. But they never they didn't understand what it was like to come back into the planet. You know what I'm saying? Because going out was obviously different, you know what I'm saying? Coming back in,
that's scary as fuck.
Imagine not calculating those things and you're like the guinea pig.
Word.
That's
like, yo, it's hot as fuck in here, yo.
She must have got toasted like a hot pocket.
You bugging? I would eject those Cedo out that motherfucker.
Go.
But I'm saying you're like
you coming back into the Earth.
You're coming back fast.
Yeah, and you got to think about it too. If you eject it and you're in the upper atmospheres where the shielding of the planet with the radiation, you're coming down through that, you're gonna burn faster than the capsule already. You know what I'm saying?
Word, if the capsule's burning, then you get out.
Imagine coming in like a meteorite and then all the thing.
Look, not only are you coming through with gravity, you also have to take the Earth's rotation. So gravity is 9 meters per second squared or something. So if in a second you can drop that much time.
Yo,
a space shuttle coming in through the atmosphere comes in at 17,500 miles per hour.
God damn.
So imagine how fast
you doing a deep
you can
dive.
burn up. Yeah, imagine ejecting at that speed.
Shit. There was that one dude who he did a free dive from the highest point on the planet. Like they went all the way up, like to one of the high atmospheres, and he jumped off of that and came down.
That's that Red Bull guy.
Is it the Red Bull dude?
He went up on a balloon.
Yeah, all the way up top. And
he survived?
Yeah. He was testing. He wanted to do like history type of thing, but he was also testing what the effects are in the body going down. It's interesting. NASA's done some interesting little tests. They had like these two twin dudes that were astronauts, and one stood in space for a year while the other one stood on Earth. And when the other one came back down, they did tests on both to see what was the changes in the body and molecular structure. And I think one was just the age was just a little different because in space
you don't age, right?
It's just slower. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess because you're not the planet's rotating and moving a certain way. You're just up in the space, you know, in dimness. You know what I'm saying? But also the effects on the muscles. The muscles are big because you're not really using your muscles.
You got no effect, you like no pressure on your joints, right? You just free, you're
just chilling, and you like so up in space. They will have to do little exercises to keep the muscles somewhat because you come back down, you really haven't used your muscles, bro. You know, you're back down on Earth where the gravity is. Like, so it's interesting. Like if you look into the reports of the two, there's some changes, but they still look the same. I think one is a fraction taller than the other one, some shit like that.
So the guy's actually Scott Kelly.
Yeah, big up Scott.
He's
Kelly.
actually from Jersey. He's from Orange.
Jersey.
Shout out to Jersey.
Yeah. Doing it.
So I actually wanted to show you the video of that guy jumping from the balloon in space.
Oh
shit.
Yeah, so here it goes. So this is the balloon he went up in.
That shit like a big ass condom. He was
so look, it's going up.
Yo.
It's just going up. And he's in the shuttle. Right there you can see the atmosphere.
Yo. Look at the curvature of the Earth, man. These flat earthers. Check it out.
No.
Yo, imagine the feeling.
Oh, he had to jump in the suit. He a bitch.
Yeah, but like you can see like just him breaking like through the atmosphere. It's like you can see it's like a shell.
Wow.
Like
so yes. I forgot what that's called. But it's get like this
like Mach 1, Mach 2 or some shit.
Yeah, and just falling.
Mm-hmm.
Just speed was just straight weight. Velocity was just based on his weight, really. Yep. Imagine my ass went on that shit. I probably would have burned halfway. My big ass.
But you ever seen like the pilots when they put them on those tests when they test them with the gravity and their faces go like this and
that'd
shit?
be mad funny.
You ever seen them?
No.
You see it like in the jets too. Jet practices. They're all crazy looking and shit. They be fainting from them things too.
Let me see. It's called G-force.
Yeah, G-force.
Let me see if I can find G-force.
That shit sound like it'll be a banging ass blunt. Some G-force.
G-force to have me on my neck, like.
Yo, get some of that G-force.
What that be? See. So this is what they look like before. This is what they look like after or during.
Shit like reptilian.
Like it's crazy. Like look.
Yeah.
It's a little kid and he becomes old as hell. I don't know.
That's bugged out. So does that mean if we go mad fast, we gonna age?
Not physically, I don't think.
It's gonna look old.
It's gonna look
all wrinkled as hell.
Your body got to catch up to it. Shit probably get you. Nah, but big ups to NASA, man, doing things, man. I hope we get to. I hope Friday the mission goes well. We get this thing going over at the moon. I think it takes about how many days? It takes about a week or something like that to get to the moon. I think they said.
A week? Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah, to get to the moon. I don't think that shit's like around the corner. It looked like it. That shit's pretty far, man.
Yeah, so come on, man.
You know we actually got 2 moons on Earth? You ever heard of that?
No.
Yeah, there's actually another little joint that goes around the Earth. We don't see it. It's really little.
I'm waiting for the punchline.
No.
Oh, you're for real?
No, it's being for real. Yeah. This is actually second moon. It's just they don't. It's not really a big thing because it's just like a piece of rock that's floating around the fucking planet at a certain degree of the sky. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. I'm looking at the diagrams.
Yeah, it's kind of
you're
weird.
right. It is a big ass rock.
Imagine that rock though changed its degree and it went into the earth. That's it. We done. Because it's a big rock. That's just like
and then student debt would really be canceled at that point.
Hits Texas, bro. Everything done.
No, I don't think so.
Be surprised, bro. Like they show like this TikTok video. They be showing like the sizes of certain asteroids, and they say what could happen to the planet when they hit. And they show some bugged out stuff like the size of an airplane or the size of a car, or like the size of like a building, like actual, like if they hit the Earth, what exactly would happen? And like there's some interesting insights on that. But I don't want to bore people with all that bullshit. It's science. I love science though.
What's it called, Vic? What's that monkeypox dude? He was from Texas too, right?
Yo, that's where the first report was in Texas. Ain't that crazy?
No, the first death. That happened
Well,
today.
that was the first death, bro. That shit
today though.
That shit today, right? Yo, man, listen, man. That I hate the way the media is messing around with monkeypox, man. They trying to. There's a lot of talk about anal sex and monkeypox. So you got folks in the LGBT community kind of like a little bit on alert. A lot of them feel offended, and I don't blame them. Because that's kind of like, it's like a piece of a reminder of like what they did with the HIV. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, they tried to say HIV was contracted through like gay sex. You know what I'm saying? And in a weird way, like if you look at how the reports are talking about monkeypox, it kind of sounds the same, and it's really disgusting if you ask me, because
that's human nature. The minute you're presented with something that you don't understand, all of a sudden you fear it.
But I'm saying like. Look at COVID though.
Yeah, exactly.
Like nobody said it was gay sex that got you COVID.
No, but if you talk around people, they're like, "Oh shit."
You know, like think about it though. Like, why would you? You know, like literally, if I had that joint and I brushed right next to you, now you got it. So it's not like we had anal sex. You get what I'm saying? That's how contagious the joint is. You know what I'm saying? And apparently in the U.S. there's another virus too. I think it was some hikers going into some trail or something like that. Somebody contracted something, and I don't know if they said it's contagious or what. It's
the norovirus.
Yeah.
It's affected people in the Grand Canyon.
Shit.
The fuck is that?
I don't know, but don't go to Grand Canyon because Nora gonna get you.
I'm good. I'm not too much of a hiker. I'm clumsy. I'll be falling and shit. I'm not. I'm good off the hiking shit.
Like, keep the cliffs over there, man.
Yeah, I'm good.
Were you around for that HIV thing? Do you remember that? No, were you how old were you when that shit was going on?
I mean, I was the 80s baby. I mean, with that shit dropped like early 80s.
Yeah, and then during the 90s it was a big thing.
Well, in the 90s there was a kind of like a.
This is around the time that was Magic Johnson got it too, no? It was like 92, 93.
Man, Magic. Yo, big ups to Magic, bro. He got the cure. I think that dude just said it so he could be the face. He's like, you know what? I'm done with basketball. Let me be the face of HIV, and I can get all this. Get all this good funding. Yo, Magic was.
If you think about it, he was the poster boy for a dirty dick nigga at first. Everybody looked at Magic Johnson like, "Yeah, look at that dirty dick nigga."
Like, damn, man. It's like he became that face of looks can be deceiving.
He was
you know what I'm saying? Chicks was like, "Dang, he's handsome, but dang, dirty dick."
Where he be fucking anything? It's probably what they was thinking about, and that's probably not even the case because he's mad rich, so he probably wasn't just fucking.
Check it out. Like that's bugged out. You say that because like back in the 90s, yo, that was the mentality of folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if you got that shit, that means you was dirty in some way. You know what I'm saying? That's because of the ignorance and lack of knowledge of where it comes from. Because you get HIV from certain things. You know what I'm saying? And you can even get HIV aside from sex through drugs and stuff.
Yeah,
like
needles
that.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's like it's crazy. Like a child could be born with HIV.
Word, that's crazy.
If the mother got that.
Or like blood transfusions and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
I've seen people that got like HIV just off blood transfusions.
So I think that's when certain policies got put in place because of things like that. Because they started to be like, yo, people need blood. So it's always been a need for blood with hospitals because of surgeries and stuff like that. But that's, I think, in the 90s is when they really had to start looking at blood types, what bloods go with who, you know what I'm saying, so that they don't pass something on to another person if the person's affected. I think it's bugged out. Like if you did coke, they don't want you donating blood.
Good
at all.
Them.
At all. No, I'm just saying.
I mean, for a while, even if you had a tattoo, you couldn't donate.
Yeah. So it's like weird things like that. But just so that you don't pass on something to somebody else. I mean, I got a blood transfusion. I felt weird. I got allergies I never had before. You know what I'm saying?
What?
And I be having dreams of a life I never lived before.
Really?
Yeah. Like it's weird, but if you look into the studies of that stuff, there's people who have blood transfusions all have certain things, certain attributes that are different. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that is weird too, because it's not like a heavy scientific proof type of thing, but there are reports of people who've had like different weird things like that. And I actually, a person like myself who actually has had it, I can honestly say like, yeah, man, be some
like
weird
shit. Dream.
Yeah, it's some weird shit. You know what I'm saying?
I've never heard of that.
My uncle got a liver transplant.
Wow.
From some dude, and he said like sometimes he be feeling like, you feel what I'm saying?
Like the other guy?
Yeah.
But how does he know what the other guy was
deep.
like?
Because the dude was that's the thing, he does it. But do you feel me? Like that the dude was a motorcycle dude, right? And he was like an African American dude. So like supposedly he died or whatever. My uncle had got on the list and he got it.
So he runs around the house saying the N-word now?
Nah.
He thought he could dunk.
Nah. What's it called? He used to hit, a few of his hair follicles got like peasy.
Oh, he had nappy hair?
Nah, like a few of them.
Yeah? See, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. His hair was like mine or yours. And like a few, he got like a few like...
Here's the weird thing too. For transplants and blood transfusions, you don't get the details. You don't get detailed information of the person they passed it from. So
See,
you don't know.
I stopped donating blood. I used to donate blood like pretty frequently. I stopped because I didn't like that other people were making money off of my blood.
That's deep.
Yeah, because I mean, granted, they have to, cover the cost of transportation and keeping and stuff like that. But, bro, what did I make? I donated it.
Yeah.
It's like these guys are racking for one blood transfusion. It's like $1,000.
Big time, bro.
Yeah, but it's like
making big money, bro. I don't know.
So I stopped because of that. But I don't know. I've been thinking about it because I'm O negative, so I'm a universal donor. So anybody, could benefit from it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ain't bad. You're like a superhero.
And that's why I was like every couple weeks I would go and donate.
Damn.
And then they warned me about it. Like,
They
you're gonna
synthesized
start.
the shit.
You said what?
I said they synthesized the shit.
Because
They made an android.
I started like swelling because it's like
What?
Yeah, because like water, like I was retaining water, so like you got to pump it brakes a little bit.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, because I used to donate when I was a medical assistant because I was like, oh, it's like it benefits somebody. Yeah. But then I found out how much they're charging for it, and I was like,
that's some wild shit.
I'm still an organ donor though, so.
Yeah, I'm on the organ donor list.
Yeah, me
Even
too.
though I don't think there's any organs that people could have.
Man, me too. Just check though.
Your eyes,
just
probably.
just check. Yeah, my eyes are fucked.
No.
Maybe my eardrums. I don't know, is that an organ?
My heart's probably good. I don't know. Maybe not.
Probably. I got cholesterol. They got to
Being hella
clean it
bullshit.
out. They got to clean it out.
You got to give them a little like disclaimer. It's like, yo, this heart's not in the best
Not
condition.
the best condition. It's a used heart. She got like
It's a
150,000 miles on
Be
it.
like it's a smoker's heart. must donate to a smoker. Those are the qualifications of this heart.
No, a couple weeks ago we actually had somebody for the guy that does the TV show over there.
Yeah.
The guy's been on the list for a long time for a kidney.
Oh, word?
Yeah, and so he's looking for somebody to donate a kidney to him.
I thought you meant the other way around. Like, damn,
No,
this dude's really want to give up a kidney.
No. He's looking for a kidney.
Damn, man, big ups to that
But
dude, man.
At what point do you think that you should consider stop looking? Because the guy, I don't want to say he's old, but he's in his 60s. It's like, at what point do you think it might be a little bit of a waste to like?
Well, here's the thing.
Like,
not a waste.
Like,
but
go to somebody better. You feel me? Like,
that's
bro,
why he hasn't gotten a kidney because he always gets looked over.
Yeah, because they look at that criteria wise. They look at your age,
your
how
quality
you
of
live
life.
Yeah, your quality of life.
I mean, he's a good guy. Don't get me wrong.
Nah, I'm not taking
But-
that away from him. I'm just saying.
But
he may be nice, but maybe he's an alcoholic. I mean, I don't know.
That maybe somebody has a lot more life left to live. You feel what I'm saying? So like,
that's the thing too.
But who
man.
makes that decision? Or who's it up to?
A fucking doctor that sees
medical medical board. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the medical board.
That's
sure.
the thing, and that's the thing too, because a lot of these boards are the ones who say, "Yeah, it's okay, let's do it."
Word, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, how long was your uncle on the list for the liver?
Yeah, he was on that shit for like I'm saying like 8 months probably.
Really?
Tell him to get a 3D printer, bro.
Nah, I'm saying he was fortunate in getting it though, because he was gonna die too.
That's
Yeah.
peace, bro.
Like, my wife's mom passed away after a liver transplant.
After?
Yeah, so they found a donor. So she was already really sick, but there was like the changes in sodium and potassium channels. What it ended up doing, because it changes so fast, so all of your nerves have like a protective covering over it.
Mm-hmm.
That change happened so fast that it ate away and exposed her nerves, and because of that, she was essentially brain dead. So yeah, so she passed like that, and unfortunately, you know, it happened the way that it did. But that's why, like, I don't know. For me, I feel like some doctors are careless with shit like that. They don't look into
it.
And
is it because she was like high risk, or like was she
was high risk.
older? Was she like her health wasn't well?
She was in her late 50s when it happened. That's why sometimes I'm like, who makes the decision? Who gets what?
So like, is it that her body couldn't take it? Like it was too strong, her liver that she got? Like
possibly. Like yeah, I don't know how that works, but you know.
Yeah,
he's uploading to the gram.
Word, you gotta throw something on there, actually. And if you don't know, you should follow the Instagram. What is it, Vic? Shout it out.
Yo, pick ups. Yo, you gotta check out IG and YouTube. Check out the IG and YouTube channels. The PodGASt. We in the building, the PodGASt show. Make sure you put it in right. THEPODGASTSHOW.
And that's on Instagram, right? The PodGASt show.
Yeah, we just dropped it down. Actually, on the last show is actually when I set it up, and it's slowly starting to kick off now. I know you're gonna put up some videos, and I hope Lou, drops these good images out so we could put them out there too. It'd be great to have folks check it out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have some interesting raffling and giveaways coming up soon.
Yeah, from my person. Yeah, matter of fact, if y'all want to follow me, I don't really care, but my personal page is John JON__1017.
Wait, what was the handle for the Instagram? The PodGASt show?
Yeah, the PodGASt show, right? The PodGASt show?
Yeah, the PodGASt.
Yeah, so follow that. We're going to have some giveaways coming soon. If y'all fuck with me personally, y'all can follow my personal Instagram if y'all want to. If not, it's the support is it's appreciated both ways, you feel me?
Yeah, man. My personal page is INUK7311. Check it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna tell anybody my shit. Nobody follows me.
Yeah, follow us on the PodGASt show.
Joe, man, this is awesome, man. We just getting things rolling. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get better and better as we keep going. You know what I'm saying? The topics get deeper, the conversation gets wilder, the energy gets liver. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be dropping a lot of interesting bud reviews.
Yes, sir. It's in the works.
So here's...
go ahead. Check it out.
The PodGASt. Yes,
sir. The PodGASt is right there.
29 followers already. I appreciate every single one of y'all.
There you go, man. Thank you, bro. Bless y'all. Bless y'all.
Bless y'all hearts.
Yeah, true to the flow, man, and I deeply respect that.
We appreciate the support. Thank you.
How you call it? We're gonna get these bud reviews going soon.
Yeah,
those are gonna be a nice little treat for folks who want to know about the different kind of strains and the effects that it has on the mind and body.
That review that he did the last time, it was actually pretty fun. It was pretty good, actually. It was informative.
Thanks.
What was it that you smoked? Was it strawberry gelato? Is that what you smoked?
What?
On that review?
I don't remember. I did a whole bunch of reviews. They're just getting edited and stuff.
Somebody gave me some strawberry gelato.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Talk about that a
I
little bit.
think you was the one who gave a dope review on that.
I gave a dope review.
Yeah.
What was
Lou so high, he thought I smoked the strawberry gelato. He said you smoked it, right? I was like, no, Lou. That was you, Lou.
I thought I passed it to you.
Yeah, wasn't you there with me? I'm like,
definitely thought you was.
I had to read the text the next night. I was like, what the fuck was I on, bro?
Well, he said he felt like he was drinking a Nesquik.
He was like,
no, because my wife comes into the room. She's like, you okay? And I'm just like staring at the screen. She's like, she taps my shoulder, and I was just like, yeah, what? She's like, you okay? And I was like, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting peanut butter injected into me. And she just looked at me. She's like, what the fuck? And she's like, what do you mean peanut butter? I'm like, I don't know. It's just like slow and thick.
She was like, pause. She was like, I love you, babe, but that was some fat nigga shit to say. He said, how you get peanut butter injected into you?
But you know, like the oh, look, speaking of, she's over there.
It would have been funny if she would have tapped you in your shoulder. You would have been like, I'm watching the show. And you just staring at the screen.
Let her come over here. Yeah, she was just looking. It's like, are you okay? She said I finished the whole bag of Tostitos by myself. I didn't, like, bro. I haven't smoked in such a long time.
They don't even sell personal bags of Tostitos. Hey, baby.
Hey, little
Hey,
mamas.
baby girl.
Hey.
No, so we were just talking about the other day that I smoked.
Oh my god.
See?
Did you tell him about that one time?
What?
The Charlie fell?
No, a long time ago, he smoked and we had pizza. He passed out with pizza, but he's like this. He's like, can you get me a slice of pizza? And so but I'm like, you have one? No, I need one for this hand. And so he fell asleep and he held up his hands for like an hour like this.
Needless to say, I don't smoke that much. I'm trying edibles now.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to the show. Yeah.
He was on his Ninja
God bless
Turtle
you
shit.
guys.
He was
It's great
eating
to
all the
see
pizza.
That's why you're like, oh, you should do a review of it. I read it the next day. I was like, review? Like, I can't do an honest review because...
Well, no, I mean, you listen, it was a funny review that you gave, but it actually was a good one. You know what I'm saying?
But the way that he reviewed it, he reviewed the... What did you say? All right, so I'm going to walk through what he said, which is exactly what I did before I smoked. So I hadn't smoked in years. So he goes, you got to do a dry... What is it you called?
Dry pull.
A dry pull. So explain what that is.
All right, so in a nutshell, dry pull is basically like once you got your weed crushed up, boom, boom, boom. You well, it varies based on like the type of wrap and paper, whatever. But me, I use paper, so you know I roll it up, boom, boom, boom. It's done already, basically ready to be lit. So it's, you feel me? It's primed. So you put it to your mouth and you basically just hit it, but without it being like fire at the end. So really, what you're exposing your taste buds to is really just a taste of the weed. Just basically you're dry pulling it. You dry pulling it and you basically just tasting the weed without it being lit. So you basically just tasting the weed in its essence and how it really tastes.
Yeah.
So that was interesting for me because I've never dry pulled before.
I'm telling you.
So yeah, I was
it's
like,
something that
like it's kind of like you're smelling it but with your taste buds.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a pretty good.
You know,
Exactly.
It's actually funny, you know, explaining it like that because to me, I started doing that because I wanted to make sure every time I rolled up that my blunt was pulling good.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll pull it and I'll be like, oh shit. And I was like, damn, you see the taste of this thing? I'm like, yo, taste that.
No, yeah.
But another cool thing that he did too, which is I've never done before, is a wick.
Oh, yeah.
I've never done that before. So you want to explain what that is?
Oh, yeah.
Because you made a really good comment about it. Because you're like, oh, why you do this? Because you don't. Well, I'll let you go.
Yeah. So basically, I use a wick personally for like myself. I smoke a lot of weed, so it really just varies on like the good, like the expensive weed. I wouldn't say good because I always smoke good weed, but the most expensive weed, I guess name brand or whatever the case may be. I tend to use a wick. You know what a wick is? Basically, you light it, and then you light your blunt with it. So it's almost like I guess it's made of hemp or whatever. So it's almost like a little rope or whatever. You feel me? Boom, tie that,
like
light
they got
it.
the Marleys and stuff.
Yeah, and then you just just put the joint to your mouth and just puff it, and then it just catches on fire. And you do that in essence to prevent you inhaling any butane from the lighter or whatever.
Also messes with the taste.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
So like that's what it is. It's more like for taste, really, and the tastes are mostly prevalent in the expensive weed. So I'm not going, you feel me, spend like 60 plus on the eighth and then fucking use a lighter to smoke it. That's like. Yeah.
That's true.
It's disrespectful. That's like buying a expensive ass wine and put a Sprite in that shit. You feel me?
It's like it's exactly a good point because it's like this certain kind of grade weed like you just have a certain respect for, and you kind of in a weird way go about it differently. How you break it up, how you roll it, how you testing it out. So I get it. Like the wick. It doesn't have a taste. It doesn't have a flavor. Plus, it's made out of hemp, out of the same kind of green that you burn in. So it's like you light that joint up, And the good thing that the wicks last a long time.
Exactly. I bought the big dumb shit. I done ran through hell of the wicks. Like I had one. I liked the way it was marketed. It was called the Lion Wick. Basically a fucking yo-yo too.
Yeah.
I'd be mad as hell because I got that shit in the car. So and there's no wick in it left. It's literally just a yo-yo. But I want to roll my wick in there, and I never get the chance or opportunity to. So I literally have a yo-yo sitting on the side of my seat. And my daughter's seen it a hell of time. She was like, "Can I play with that yo-yo?" I'm like, "Nah, that's daddy's yo-yo. You can't play with it."
See, I've never smoked that way, and I've had like eighths that I paid for. I think the most I paid for an eighth was like $80, and that was me being stupid because I didn't know.
I hope that thing was high grade, bro.
No,
with some boogie.
When I was in Cali, I spent $80 on a fucking Travis Scott eighth, and that shit was. I ain't gonna hold you. Either the nigga got me or just Travis is.
I remember I had this.
I was disappointed, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
I went to one of them underground weed parties before everything got legal out here, and I purchased this amazing purple. I think it was blackberry something. It had pink hairs. It was purpley. It tastes so amazing, like grape. You know what I'm saying? I paid $90 for it. Damn. But I tell you this much, I smoked the most of that shit, bro. Like if I ciphered with somebody, it was because I loved them like that. You know what I'm saying?
Word, hell yeah.
I definitely
wouldn't even bring that out for a cipher. That's
right,
for me.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, see again, Lou, there's just certain things you do with certain buds, and you just got to be, there's a respect around it,
See, for me, what I used to do before, and this is just like a party foul, I sucked at rolling. It never stayed stiff. It was always like lopsided. So what I used to use is a bowl. And I used to just put it in there and with the bowl you have to use a lighter. You can't really use anything else.
I mean, I use a wick for the bowl too. Because honestly, I'm
like I didn't know about the wick until I saw your review.
I'm some fat thumb nigga, so I be burning my thumbs and shit. That should be blowing my shit. I don't be wanting to smoke no more. I was telling my mans the other day 'cause I was smoking a student glass. And the student glass too, that's like the gravity bong, that expensive ass shit. Yeah, one of my peoples got one. I had it at my man's crib, and we had one half on like an expensive eighth too. So we was like, all right, boom, we was busting it down. I don't know if you want to put up a pic, Lou. It's a student glass. She was like the gravity bong and shit. Yeah, Mike Tyson. Yeah, right there.
He's the right one. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so
big ups to Mike, bro. Big ups to Mike. Hot box. Yo, you had that on the joint, right? Yo, explain how that joint was, bro.
All right, so basically, like the way, it's right there. It shows exactly what it is.
I've been wanting to hit on that
exactly.
joint, bro.
Boom, you flip it and bang.
That's it.
Yep.
That's
shit
it.
like that.
I feel like smoking weed now has gotten too high tech.
Well, I mean, you know what it is, though?
What's wrong with a regular bong?
Nah, because you know what it is, though? It's, the creativity of the regular pothead, bro. Bro, that is real, bro, because listen, how the hell you get higher off of eating mangoes and smoking bud? And not just that, but like, people smoke bud out of anything, bro. I was Mr. Engineer back in the day, taking these little Advil bottles and burning them, a little hole on it, putting the pen, melting the pen to it, you know what I'm saying? Putting aluminum foil with little holes in it, and then I'll just put the bud on it and make my own little pipe, you know what I'm saying? Like, my
you made a hookah?
My boy, he used to do welding. He took 2 pipes that he was using to do something else, and he was like, oh shit, that'd be dope if I could make a pipe. And he welded the pipe, and he made a pipe for his own.
Vic, you remember the gravity bong? No, was it? It was a fucking vaporizer I think you gave me.
Was it?
Yeah, bro. It was a vaporizer, and I never got to fucking use it. I told you that.
Yes.
Remember my mom threw that shit out?
Oh, my God.
I was
think
mad as fuck.
Was it brand new?
Nah, you made it.
Wait, you made a vaporizer?
No, it wasn't it wasn't like a vaporizer, but you had to plug it into the wall, and then it had like a little like it screwed on the top, right? It screwed on the top, and it was dope as fuck. And I was mad as hell. I never got to use it. Like,
I remember he told me that. I was like, damn.
Cause I never got to use it because I was never smoking inside the house at that point. Cause I was like, I was young boys, you feel me, like 18, 19 and shit. So I was like, you feel me, still living at home, not doing none of that shit. My boys wasn't, you feel me, smoking in the crib like that. So I didn't have like no outlet where I could plug it in and smoke. So I had that shit in my shoebox where I had a bunch of other little paraphernalias or whatever. And I had like a nice little shoebox collection and shit. Cause I was having a few kicks, you feel me? So I had it by my window. So then my mother, she had used it as an excuse that she was changing my fucking curtains and shit. And she was like, yeah, I was changing your curtains and I seen all these shoeboxes here that are empty. Like, what you doing? Like, why you got all these shoeboxes here? and she said she grabbed them and just threw them out.
Oh, so she didn't even open it?
She probably did.
pretty
Ain't no
sure
way
she
she
did.
fucking ain't open it.
She
Like,
just said these empty cardboard boxes.
I'm
here.
saying like there was empty ones there
Probably
though.
open them.
Yo, a lot of times. I swear
Now
to God.
they was a few of them was empty, but you know when you picking them up to throw shit out, you gonna feel you gonna feel one that's heavier than like, oh, what the fuck is in here?
I mean, I was a bad influence to some of the cousins.
It's not even a bad influence.
I wouldn't say
the thing
bad
was is that
influence.
you're
It's just-
you're like an alternative
Jonathan
view.
was in the car in diapers with crazy shit went down. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I was the influence that caused
If you
him
think
to go
about
down
it,
this route.
all the cousins that accessed that house had some exposure to you, and you
Word.
kind of influenced a lot of them.
I mean, I wouldn't say Vic influenced me really.
No. Influenced he influenced me creatively.
Well, you and Chris. You and Chris. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, both
I'm
of
saying,
y'all.
but y'all
With
are
the
also
arts,
like a
you know?
different generation than me too. Like
That
if you
is
think
true.
about it, it's Victor up here with my mom, and then it's y'all down here, and then it's me down here. You feel me? So it's like you and Vic was living in the same building, I guess, at one point, right?
Yeah. For a
I
while.
never experienced that because I was never staying in Irvington. You feel me?
Yeah,
I
you
stayed in
just
Newark
come
with my
grandma
pops.
and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But my mom was also like very like involved in grandma's life. Like she was the one at
big
the
time.
end who was taking her to her appointments, like taking her to Social Security office, like a bunch of that stuff. I remember like being part of that. I'd be like, damn, ma, we really got to take it to the Social Security office.
This
ma,
just
there's
surprised
hella
me.
people.
When you said you were going to start a podcast with Vic, I was just like,
Oh yeah,
damn,
nah.
I
I'm
didn't know you
saying,
were hanging out with him.
no, I mean, me and Vic, like it's just.
It's been on and
Yeah,
off
it's
over the
been
past
on it.
couple
Yeah,
of years.
you know, like I mean, Vic gets busy with his life. You know, I get busy with my life. You know what I'm saying? But when I was always younger and stuff, like I mean, I was coming to grandma's house younger before I even knew Vic like that. You feel me? Because I didn't really know Victor like that till I got older myself.
Yeah.
But when I was going to grandma's house as a kid, I remember my mother and them. She would always, because Victor stays right across the hall from grandma. If you don't know, all the
Big ups to grandma.
yeah, big ups to grandma. I was just thinking about it the other day. Actually, today, actually.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if y'all don't know, Grandma and Victor used to stay in the same building. Well, the whole family stayed in one building at one point. But grandma,
One point or another.
At one point or another. But Grandma stayed across the hallway from Victor. So,
Yeah.
you feel me? If you was to go in through the main building, you would be in the middle, and Victor's
On the
room would
left.
be on one side, and Grandma's room would be on the other. So...
you could
I remember,
smell when he was home.
I remember going to grandma's apartment before and being with my mom, and waiting for grandma to open the door and shit. You go through the main door, waiting for grandma to open the door and shit. I'd be like, Mom, like it stinks in the hallway, and this me being young, you feel me? Like me not, you feel me? Like me not knowing, like you feel me? Like what it is or nothing. That'd just be like just an observation, like as a kid, like as a young-minded kid, like it stinks in the hallway type shit. And my mother would just grab me like, come on, go inside.
Go in. You can't smell this.
But I didn't, you feel me? I didn't know it was Vic or nothing. You feel me? I just thought it was like an old building smell. Like you walk in here, it smells like this is what it smells like. But I didn't know that's what it was at the time. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until after. It wasn't until like I was like 18. Hold on. Yeah, like 18, 19 years old when I really started coming like around Vic and stuff.
Yeah.
And we had like shared some common interests and shit. And like he had seen that, you feel me? I was fucking with the weed and shit. And I just come to him and we just, smoke on some like, on some chill shit. Yeah.
I mean, it stank back in the day because I was smoking that boo-boo. It got better over time. The quality of weed changed. The price, the income changed. So, I had to get the good
So you
stuff.
got the better stuff. Do you guys strictly
big
smoke?
ups to the boo-boo, though, man.
Do you guys still strictly smoke like on paper, or do you guys like switch it up?
I think Vic smokes more tobacco products than me. I smoke strictly papers though. Like if the homies just smoke, like, look, this is how I like to word it, cause you know what I'm saying. Like backwoods, I do not like at all. I'm sorry, you feel me? Backwoods be fucking me up. You know what I'm saying? Backwoods be making my stomach hurt. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a pussy. I'm a wuss. Whatever you want to say. I don't give a fuck, man. It be fucking my stomach up. It makes me lightheaded. Yeah. It's whatever, man.
Wait, what the hell are backwoods first off?
Backwoods is a type of rat. You feel me? That's been like commercialized to the point where you feel me. A lot of rappers, I got stuff of wood stuff. You feel me? Like this, that, and the third. But me personally, I prefer the taste of the paper and all that stuff. That's just me. It's natural. It's more healthy for you. You could taste the weed better.
Yeah, actually, I've been slowly converting to the paper stuff. I've been trying different types of wraps, like Dutches and wraps, and slowly, been getting into the papers. Like for instance, this whole week I was in PA. You know what I'm saying? My lady can't smoke. She can't smoke. How you call it? Dutches. So you know what I'm saying, like, you know, we had to get easy waters and stuff like that. And she had hemp ropes. You know, there's the new hemp brand rollers out now. So they kind of look like say like White Owl wraps, but they're actually
already
made
like
of hemp.
pre-rolled. Do you just like stuff the weed in there?
Well, they got those too, but the ones I'm talking about, actually they wrapped around the tube. So you just pull the tube out and then you actually roll it. You roll the blunt, but it's like a thick hemp paper.
Oh shit!
And it smokes good. The taste is clean. You smoke cleaner. It just feels almost like a Dutch wrap while you smoking it. So you know, I got her easy whited paper, which is the basic white joints, and then. Later on in the week, I bought the little hemp papers and stuff. So since I was rolling that throughout the week, I was smoking it, and I just noticed the difference more so because I've been smoking for well over 20-something years, and the tobacco over time really does impact on the chest and the lungs, and I'm starting to feel it now. So being conscious in that and still wanting to be a participant with the green and not let go of that because it's like a part of me. You know what I'm saying? How you call it? Like I'd rather smoke it and consume it in a more healthier manner, which is why edibles is another avenue. Dabbing is another avenue, but making sure that it's clean dabs that are made, not
dabbing
made
shit
with
kind of like I don't fuck with that.
I mean,
you gotta be careful.
I mean, you gotta know for dabbing. I'll be honest with you. I've only had one, and it's not necessarily a bad experience. You know what I'm saying? But I had, I guess, one odd ass experience versus my other ones, and it was because of how you hit it. Like again, dabbing is another form of doing marijuana. When I was such a big blunt roller from Phillies into Dutches, I didn't like bongs. I didn't like pipes. Whenever I hit it, it didn't feel right. Now it's a whole different. It's the way you pull it. It's the way you smoke it.
Is it because that's how you were introduced to it?
Well,
you kind of just stay with it.
Well, I mean, the hood was all on Phillies and Dutches. You know, Dutch Masters. Big ups to Dutch Masters and Phillies. You know what I'm saying? You know, that was the hood style of rolling. You know what I'm saying? It's like a New York style, whatever. The papers and like the Marleys. Big up to Raw and Marleys out there. But those things have always existed. But the market on them in the hood was very different. It was always.
Is it because more expensive or something?
Not really. You spend more money on blunts.
Big time.
So
you could buy the little paper joints for like $1 something.
Yeah,
is it because it kind of makes you look like a pussy or something?
Nah. It
maybe.
There was a weird stigma about how that's how white folks smoke it. You know what I'm saying? It was also looked at.
I'm a white folk.
It was also looked like it has the hippies smoke it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like the hood smoked it a certain way, and like that was how I was brought into it. But of course, again, when you're getting into something, right? You gotta find where your comfortable way is, right? So if a person who likes smoking cigars, right? They're not gonna smoke Dutch Masters and they're gonna smoke the cheap cigars. They're gonna go to a place they pay $19 for a cigar. You know what I'm saying? They buy a drink with it. Not water, but like a nice heavy
scotch or whatever.
Because again, you're not inhaling the cigar. It's all for taste. But
that shit's weird as fuck to me.
And you drink. No, it's weird to us, right? That's how I looked at how bongs and joints were growing up. You get what I'm saying?
So that's the healthiest way to smoke.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like you get the.
It's how he was introduced to it.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I'm saying. So like going back to the studio, whatever you call it,
student glass.
Yeah. Would you pay $600 for that?
Yo, that shit. Yo, let me tell you, that's investment, bro.
$600.
That's investment, B. But there's cheap versions of those.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. The cleaning process is kind of annoying.
It is. I got a vape in the crib. That's it's portable. Like I could plug it in for a bit, charge it, and it's clicker joints, and it's actually made for dabs, just for dabs.
Okay.
You add a little water to the joint. It's literally handheld like that. I could just walk around with it, turn it on, and go.
I need to see that shit.
And close it right up. You feel me? So when I saw that joint come out, I was like, "What? That's awesome!" You're using water, the gravity flow to push the blunt, all that smoke is just coming.
And not only that, bro, they got attachments that you can use dabs on that shit too.
Yeah, I'm looking right at
it. They got the G Pen Connect.
So again, remember the vape that I'm talking about, the one the portable joint. I paid $95 for it, but there's the original one it's $250.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely a knockoff version of that joint. I don't gotta go paying big dog product for that. There's people that nowadays are just creating their own product with 3D printers. And then boom, that's it. Because it literally, you don't need a mechanism to turn that on. If you get a
gravity.
If you get a cheap version, then the cheap version will still do the gravity thing, but you just gotta light it with a wick or a lighter. That'll be the cheap version.
I like that shit with a wick too.
You know? Oh, so
Wait,
yeah.
huh?
I like that.
So you
shit
like
with
that? That's not the
what?
Because there's the electric joint. Because they got the electric joint one like that.
Yeah.
That's the one I thought that was.
Nah, because they have a bowl attachment. They have a where you could put like a bowl on the side. You see where?
Like,
you see, that's dope.
That's like high tech.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like if you go down, go down, school, go down.
So again, Lou, look, this is investment.
Yeah, right
joint.
there to the left. You see where that? Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I
You
see
it
it.
to the left. Not where the little hookah hose is coming from, but the other side.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right there.
Not that. The
Right
other
there.
side. Yeah, when you touch it, it goes to the other side. But yeah, that little fucking grinder thing right there. It has an attachment where you could fucking put you could put a fucking bowl thing in there and you could just light it. That's how I've been hitting that.
You
shit.
see that? Like they'll enough. So again, like not for nothing, you get probably find a knockoff version for like $100, maybe 85. You know what I'm saying? I'll still be happy with that. You know, but for those who are like big into marijuana, you know, participation in all the products, people do invest a certain amount in the quality of the equipment they're using to intake because it has what they want for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like my vape joint because I could actually hit dabs, full dabs, and it doesn't burn my throat. And if it actually hits really nice and smooth, if I go take a dab straight from a rig, I gotta watch how I pull because, bro,
you're gonna get a full dose.
The first 3 times I hit the dab was like the first time I ever smoked in my life all over again.
Word, bro, that shit crazy. That shit really had me coughing a motherfucking fit.
Right? Did you turn pale, B? I turned pale in the motherfucker.
I think I even farted when I was coughing. That shit had
let out gas while puffing that gas.
That shit had me screenshot. That shit had me like, oh, what the fuck?
But like, yo,
that's where the gas came from for your podcast.
PodGASt
you know, when I think it's like in anything that you fully want to be invested into, not money wise, but actually participate in, you want to go for the stuff. You know what I'm saying? The quality of equipment, the type of stuff. It's like a person's like a barber, right? A barber doing hair, that becomes his thing. He wants to invest in all the things he wants. But you know, not to cut you off, but it's like, you know, I use a barber as a concept, as just an idea. Not saying that it's a business, but it's an idea. Like, I invested with my cousin Angel. Big ups to my cousin Angel. I got down with him and bought one of those oil and butter joints that you extract from the bud and make the oils and stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like Amazon had that shit for like $2 something. Me and him just put $100 and something each. We bought that shit. So every time we get an eighth or an ounce or whatnot, we want to. We dump that shit, get some clean oil, we make sure we invest in good oil. That's a major thing too. You don't want to get cheap oil and make some cheap shit. That's cheap bullshit. You feel me? Plus a lot of people are allergic to shit, so you want to be considerate about that because these oil, you're going to use it to make edibles.
Yeah, I need
cook
to use
food.
that shit. I didn't know you had that.
Yeah, man, and it's like, well, you know, like things like that. Like you could actually make your own tinctures.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can make your own tinctures out of the joint, and you could use these things and utilize and make a business out of it if you wanted to. If not, then you can get what you want out of it. And like, why not spend to do that? I mean, we kind of do it with air fryers and shit at home, you know what I'm saying? Like that, you invest in that shit. So for bud is almost in that same notion. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Thanks. That's my tidbit on that. We could talk more about bud in our next flow. You know what I'm saying?
That was actually a good segue into it, though.
Yeah, definitely was, man.
Appreciate it.
Man.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today.
Yeah.
I think next week or in the show after that, we probably do a live one. What you think?
I mean, I'm down for a live joint, man. I wanna. If we're gonna do it, let's do it good.
We about to promote it. I'm about to take this week to promote it. Our Instagram page, all crazy.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna do
Man,
that.
so give me a date when you want to do it.
Well, I mean,
you said the next episode?
Next episode.
You want to do the next one, or you want to do the next one to build up some little bit of momentum on our Instagram page, just so we can get a little bit more. I mean, if our Instagram take off and then we just start getting hella followers, and we probably do it sooner. But
let's gauge by here.
Yeah, I kind of want our Instagram page to get a little more traction.
So then we'll talk about it after.
Yeah,
but yeah.
So yo, man, big ups to everybody who sat through the episode today, man.
Thank you very
much love.
Thank you.
Bless y'all, man. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you very much.
We're doing our thing. PodGASt in the building. Yep. Tell your peoples about it. Check us out, man. We here talking real talk, being ourselves. Ain't shit scripted. You know what I'm saying? Coming off the top of the head, and for the love of what we do here. You know what I'm saying? Having great conversations and talking about amazing things and funny things and even some serious stuff. You know what I'm saying? So thank you guys, man. Big ups to y'all. Big ups to followers. We deeply appreciate y'all. Keep it up, man. We're gonna do them giveaways and
yes, we do. Stay tuned because we got something in the works. Y'all gonna appreciate it.
Word up. Peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and blessings.
Big
man.
Blessings. Big peace.